Hello, this is Clara or 522, whichever one you remember, and I am here to tell you another story time for the Dreamy Story Times. Yeah, if you already know, I'm gonna need you to subscribe to this channel because I literally have 2 subscribers, and it would be so nice if you could bring this other subscribers more friends to hang out with. It would be so nice because they do not deserve to be loners in this subscription era, you know? Anyways, I'm here to tell you a story, but before I do, I have the devil's lettuce and I have a drink to help me get through the pain and suffering of this motherfucking story. Let me tell you. So, I'm gonna open this. Okay, but also, look at the nails. These are the nails set today. I do all my nails by myself, but I'm not a nail tech, okay? I just like to do my own nails because I don't want to pay $40 for a set anymore. But here is the open sesame. Now, one thing you guys know about me is I am a music freak, literally. And so in order for me to drink, it needs to have the word beats on it because I'm 522 Beats and I make beats. And the fuck do you think I would be drinking other than beats? So, yeah. Anyways, we're here for the story. So this story is about church. Now, this is one of the most fucked up church stories I ever told. Ever. Worst story time that you're probably gonna hear from me. I got taken away from my parents when I was like 5, 4. I was a really little kid. They took me away from my parents, and so they put me in this foster home with, I don't know what the fuck her name is, but I'm gonna tell you, this was a black family. They had a grandson, and they hated me. They would give their grandson everything, but that kid that they actually were paid to take care of, they hated me. And so they brought my hateful ass to church, and the reason why they hated me is because I would cry for like 4+ hours. And you'll understand why I was crying, and you will not give a fuck about the parents after I told you the story. There was this other kid in my foster home, and I'm gonna give him a fake name because I don't want to find this guy. Don't bring him over to me. I look too good for him to come back, okay? Don't do it. His name is, it's gonna be a hard name to come up with because it's so easy to recognize, but I am gonna go with Drake. We're just gonna call him Drake because this guy did some Drake shit. I was in this foster home. Me and my brother were in the same foster home. Shout out to my brother. Free my brother, okay? He's in jail in California. If you want a boyfriend, you better go talk to him because he does not know what real love is. But anyways, yeah, he in California. Free my brother, okay? Me and my brother and this random other foster kid, his name's Drake, and we fucking with each other. We were cool. Like, we would always play games, and we'd go to the same school, kind of. My brother went to another school because he was older than both of us. I was 8 years old. My brother was around like 10, but he had special needs, so that's why he went to the other school. And then there's the kid that lived with me, and he's like 12. So imagine 8, 12. Okay, 8, 12. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more. We are getting ready for the world. This kid introduces me to a game that I have no idea what the fuck it is. And he calls it, I'm gonna change the name of the game so I don't get in trouble by YouTube standards, but we're gonna call it ping pong. He taught me a game called ping pong, and he said that he found it off of Family Guy. We were playing this stupid ass game. Now, basically the way that the game goes is you're supposed to move, like, you're supposed to move, and whoever stops moving loses the game. That's how it works. And I'm not explaining any more than that because I'm not getting in trouble. He taught me the game. My brother knew the game, but he didn't want to play, so it was just me and this kid Drake. So a couple weeks went by after he showed me that game, and I went to church. Now, I was really sad. Like, throughout those whole 2 weeks, I was having nightmares. I was like please bring me back to my parents' house. Like in my dreams, I was running to my parents' house, and my house was getting farther and farther away. And so I decided to ask the church, like, hey, is there any way that Jesus can help me get me to back to my parents, right? Right? They should be able to help with that, right? We get to church and I'm about to ask my question. The preacher's going hard, so hard that me and my cousin fell asleep. And then we got woken up by my foster parent, and she's all like, "What's on this? What's on your neck? What's on your neck? What's on your neck?"
Oh my God! What is that?
And I'm all like, "Well, me and Drake were fighting, so maybe it came from then." And they're like, okay. They dust that aside, and I go walk up to the preacher. You know, I'm like 5, 6. I think I was 5. Let's just stick to 5. I walk up to the preacher and I'm like, hey, so I've been going through this for a while and nobody's telling me what's going on. And I was wondering if you think that you or like Jesus could help me find my parents, because they said that they were gonna come get me back, but it's been like 3 years. And my preacher looks at me like this. Like, I can't give you the face, but I can just tell you that he looked like, how the fuck am I supposed to tell a 5-year-old kid that we don't do this at our church, right? And so he just didn't even listen to me, honestly. He was all like, God will solve everything. Jesus will solve everything. Everything will come to plan. And I'm like, all right then. I'm going to believe you this one time, but I'll see you next Sunday, okay? See you next Sunday. Then the next day, after me and Drake, you know, we were just playing, we're having fun, playing basketball, all that types of stuff. You know, I'm chilling thinking that nothing's wrong. And the next fucking day, we go to the Boys and Girls Club. My foster parent, they put my hair in 2 little puffs, you know, those cute little puffs that like black girls wear. Like, I'm black too, but like, I'm just saying, like, you know, they wear the little puffs. And that's what I was wearing that day. And we were getting prepared for a little talent show that never happened. I want you to be clear on that. That never fucking happened. I was supposed to be doing backflips and everything. We practiced for weeks. And so while I was practicing for our performance, which was like a gymnastics dance performance, so we were flipping and we were like doing the splits and like a whole bunch of stuff. This tall Boys and Girls Club member, he comes up to me and he brings me into the corner and he's like, hey, so what happened here? And I'm all like, me and my foster brother were just fighting. You know, he choked me out, and so he choked me out, so this is why this happened. I'm just so hard defending my foster brother, not realizing what the fuck actually happened to me. And I forgive him to this day, because like, he was young too. The Boys and Girls Club ain't cutting my answer. They're all like, how did he do it? They're like, how did he do it? How did he choke you? And I'm all like, yeah, he was basically asking me how my foster brother choked me while we were fighting. And obviously, what I was saying was not matching up to whatever the fuck he wanted to believe, so he called my foster parents. And man, do I tell you what happened after that. What happened after that is the most traumatizing thing I've ever been through in my life. But anyways, she's all like, okay, we'll fix this. And we get home and she started calling, what I didn't know then, I know now, she was calling my caseworker. Okay, so she was calling my caseworker because apparently I was getting adopted a lot faster than I thought I was gonna get adopted. And I'm still crying. I'm still crying for my real parents. Like, I'm like, Dad, Mom, come get me from this random bitch's house. Like, and I'm still waiting for next Sunday so I can get a good answer from the preacher, because he wasn't able to talk to me, you know? Basically, we get home, my foster parent brought the other Drake home. He brought him home. He brought Drake home. Then we had the ass whoopings of our lifetimes.
Yo, Mom, what?
They'll bring us into the closet, bring out that leather belt, and we got whooped for like 30 minutes. I still will never understand why they beat the shit out of me. They should have beat the shit out of him. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know? I learned whatever lesson I was supposed to learn that I didn't learn, but whatever. So we both got our asses beat the fuck up. Like, asses was blue. Asses turned white again, okay? And so we go back into our rooms. We was crying for hours, crying. And then next thing you know, we all make up. Everything was cool, you know. One thing about a black family is that they'll come down, and once they forgive you, they tell you that dinner's ready.
Are you hungry? Come on and eat.
So that's how they forgive you. So we got forgiven, and then we ate, and everything was fine. And, you know, I'm still thinking about my parents. I'm like, please bring me back to my parents. Bring me back. I want to be back with my mom, my dad, my sisters, my cousins, everybody. I want to be back with them. This sermon on this particular Sunday, after we got our asses whooped, after all that, the preacher this time, he was talking about how you can call Jesus, that his phone number is on lock and you can call him anytime you want. This is like, we were like doing the church choir, like it was kids Sunday. So that's how you knew, like I was able to ask my question, I was ready. So kids Sunday, we do our whole, Jesus is real, I know the Lord is real to me. Yeah, we did that. And then I got down and we listened to his sermon, and he was talking about in his sermon how you can call Jesus' phone number anytime. You can always get him. He's always going to answer the phone. He's never not going to answer the phone, right? So I was like, you know what? This is pretty cool. I can ask the preacher what the phone number is for Jesus so he can give me my parents back. You know, simple as that, right? So he comes down. He's saying hi to all the families that are in this church. This is a big-ass church. So by the time he gets to us, it's like 30 minutes after the service is ended. He's talking to my foster parents about what happened last week with the So he's just clearing it up. And he looked at my hair and he was all like, I wish I had Joe hair, because he had a tiny ass, he's basically bald. I'll show you a picture right here. But basically he's bald and he has a tiny little braid, them tiny ass, little ass braids that men think is cute and shit. And he's like, I wish I could have your hair. I wish I could have your hair. I put it all over my head. And so I asked him, I was like, so in the sermon today, you were talking about how you can call Jesus. What's his phone number? Dude was silent. He looked at me like he was mad that I even thought about that.
Asking all them questions.
And he's like, why you want Jesus' phone number? And I said, because I'm in foster care and my parents said that they're going to come get me, but they haven't came back, and it's been like 2 years. It's been 2-3 years. And so he said, you don't need his phone number. You can just put your hands together like this, look up at the sky, and pray for him. And I said, what the fuck that gonna help me get my parents back for? I got my ass beat again that night.
For 9 months, only one more important to her than God. What you doing talking to yo?
I got my ass beat that night. You thought the last week was bad. I was in that room for an hour getting my ass beat. Yeah, I was getting my ass whooped. Whooped to God. He's like, well, I don't know. I mean, they should be back at any time soon, right? That's what he said. He said to me, they should be back anytime soon. What the fuck wrong with you? I just told you I was in foster care, and you said, they'll be back anytime soon. They'll be back anytime soon. Bitch, they not coming back.
Looks like Ryder Milk. I'll be right back.
I was mad. Because how dare you tell me that I can just put my hands together and pray to Jesus that I'm going to get my parents back? Like, bro, I've been looking for them forever. All right? That's the story time about the preacher. And he's the reason why I don't believe in God to this day, because you could have just gave me a phone number and I could have called. But no, you didn't. You lied to me. You told me that I could talk up there and I could hear him. He don't even exist. It's probably a woman up there. And that's why I'm chilling with Mother Nature, next to this mountain and next to this beautiful dead tree with my blunt because the fuck? I still ain't seen my dad to this day. I want you to know that. My dad is not around. Still ain't found that motherfucker. But yeah, so that's the story time about how the preacher lied to me about Jesus and how I'm not a Christian anymore and how I never found my parents and how some stupid foster kid named Drake done ruined my reputation at the church, got calling me fast at 5 years old when in reality it was abuse. And how I got whooped for my own abuse.
That's your mama. She held you in her stomach for 9 months.
So yeah, that's the story time. I'm about to roll another one right now. I'm gonna end this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you do believe in God, please don't be the preacher that taught me not to believe in God, because he out here talking about there's a phone number. Bitch, there's no fucking phone number.
None of it's true. It's BS. They made it up. They lie.
None. But I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless you. Actually, may the earth bless you with all the food and water and shelter and alcohol that there ever will be. And the devil's lettuce. You have a wonderful day.